All right. Right now, you're on SISTAS,
Mm-hmm.
and your character, which we're not going to go too much into, is kind of taken off on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the storyline is now starting to push in your direction. How did you land the role? What was that process like for you?
And the process was incredible. I mean, just out here in LA, you kind of running the circuit and auditioning, kind of just, waiting and working towards your big break. And it's one of those for me. I always say like hard luck just meets opportunity, and I was prepared for it. I mean, I just remember I auditioned for another show of theirs, and it didn't go my way. And I remember flying back here, and just a little frustrated, but like, man, this is I'm getting closer, and I could feel it. And I just remember I started this new bartending job down in like Westwood area, Westwood area, or whatever it was, deep in LA. And the first day I was working, literally the first shift I got, and I've been trying to get that job for a while now. And I finally got in, got the gig, and it was like 8 p.m. My manager called me. It was like, hey, they want to bring you back for another show they're doing. I was like, oh, awesome, great. And I was like, when are they doing it? Like, tomorrow. I'm thinking I'm going to go audition for it out here, on tape, and then get sent to them. And they're like, oh, no, you're going to fly to Atlanta and do it. And I was like, like, I was like, yo, like, you're supposed to be super excited. It was like mixed emotions. So I'm like, okay, at one point I got a chance to go book a gig, but at the same time, like, you got to put food on and survive out here and pay rent and everything. So I'm like, I remember I met the manager and I was like, hey, I got an opportunity. I'm going to go out there. And he was like, oh, we get it. We work with actors all the time. It's all good. It's all good. So I'm like, cool. We stay here. I'm like, yeah, this is going to work out for me. So I fly to Atlanta. I wake up in the morning. I get an email and they're like, hey, we're moving in a different direction. We're going to probably just, have somebody else who can kind of be here more time. And I'm like, wait, how did I get fired? Last night, it was all good. Today, it's not. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Now I got to go to this audition. And, audition, nothing's guaranteed. So I'm sitting there like, oh, my God. But I was like, all right, bro. Like, you got to lock in, do your thing. So I remember I went in. I read for it. I went outside. They called me back in. I remember reading with Novi, who played Sabrina on the show. And she was helping me, get the lines down. And, I wanted to come back in and see me again. And I just remember feeling really good, really locked in with the character. I mean, not even really having to just look at the sides. I kind of understood where it was going. And I felt really good about it. And I remember, they all gave me like, good job. Okay, cool. And I flew back to LA, didn't hear nothing for 4 days. It was like right before Memorial Weekend, around this time a few years ago, yeah. And that Friday, I'd never forget, getting ready to go work out. I get a call from the manager saying, hey, you booked the job. The job is yours. And I just was like, thank God, because I was back home for 5 days. Like, okay, how long do I need to email my landlord and let him know, hey, rent might be a little late.
Might be a little late.
Going through my messages, trying to reach out to my other people who are in the industry, like, yo, are you guys hiring, any positions, bartending, whatever? Like, just trying to, make sure I was good on this end. I didn't even know, but once I got that, I was like, oh, thank God. What's for you is for you, and that was for me at the
yeah.
time.
And it's just that timing thing is crazy, but. Mm-hmm. I know the great thing about auditioning with Tyler, from all of you guys that I've interviewed so far, as long as you can encompass that character, you're good. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say you're good. Like it makes your chances a little bit higher.
Makes the chances greater. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not just memorizing the script. Like, you got to bring that character to him.
You got to bring it to life. With any character, they have their idea and they know what they want to see, but when you come in and you kind of add your flavor to it along with that, it takes it to another level, and that's what I was able to do with this particular character, Gary.
Yeah. So when you jump on set, did you have time in between getting hired and like being there?
I honestly, it felt like it might have been like a month and a half, but I felt like it was a few years ago. I felt like it was like a couple of weeks. We were like, yo, you're heading to Atlanta. But it might have been like a month or so. We had a little bit of time. And I just remember getting there and we were, a lot of us were fairly, this was our first kind of big break, which is very rare for shows to kind of go with a full cast of, we've worked before, but like first series regular roles out here on the show. So there's just a lot of excitement, a lot of ideas of kind of what we want to do, how we wanted the show, how we wanted to interact with our fans, when we got on Twitter or with social media. And, we're seeing that the fruits of our labor because, our media page is growing, our interaction is growing. We're always trending on Twitter. So it was just getting around everyone, getting on set. And Tyler's he's the man, super welcoming. He allows his actors to play, and he has his blueprint, but he allows you to come in and bring it, and you're just working together. So it made for an awesome experience, especially for your first time. You're a little anxious on set, and then you're just like, oh, that's good. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get cool.
All right. I know my dude. We good. Let's just go.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I'll mention too. It's just like he does so much for a lot of Black actors, but not just actors. People behind the scenes in the art department, makeup, sound, everything. And it's just like you're walking around, you're seeing, you go on some other sets, and you're one of the few, and then you go on here, and it's just like it's everywhere. You're like, oh, okay.
All y'all work here.
Oh, y'all work here? Just like,
all right.
I like this.
Okay. I'll just be waiting for the lunch table to come out. Like, this is about to be popping.
It's a lot of fun, man. You sometimes bring your speakers out. It's a good time. Good time.
Yeah. So when you go from, again, like from other sets, because you did film the Top Gun sequel, and then you go from that and seeing like that set and that arrangement, and then you go into Tyler's
Southface World
compound. Let's just call it.
I've been there, to touch on that. I've been there, the last few years, and I still haven't been on all parts of the lot. It's
impossible.
The compound, I think
he owns parts of Atlanta that we don't even know exist in Atlanta. Like, it's just, that's where, like, you got that on your studio? How the hell did you even do this?
It's insane, like, even when we did our quarantine bubble, like, just that little quarantine area that was built for that area had nowhere near touched any other parts of the studio. And it was just incredible.
Yeah, no.
So
it's something, one, to aspire to, but it's like to be able to be an actor and be able to go into that situation with this man who built all this within a lifetime.
Yeah.
Not even a lifetime, like, say like the last 20 years. Like, it's just to do that. Is it overwhelming going through that gate?
It's inspiring. You're going, it's very inspiring. You're seeing something, you're seeing what's possible for you. A lot of us, it's not just acting you want to do, your other things you want to accomplish. And watching someone accomplish anything in their own personal endeavor allows you to, work towards your own, because you can learn something from people very successful. You can learn things from them. And so when you're watching him, it's just like, okay, like other things that I'm going to do, or when I'm interacting with other people about whatever they're trying to pursue in their careers, I'm learning from someone who's mega talented, super successful, and I'm watching it daily, every day. There's things that you naturally pick up, like by osmosis, and you're able to just, give that back to other individuals, so it's incredible. And to your past question, just being on set with him, and it's different environments. I was able to have guest spots on like Hawaii 5-0 and The Resident on Fox in between these times, and they're different sets. You come in, it's probably a little slower. You're doing other things that take more time, and then you go on Tyler's set, and we're just like boom, 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 boom. All right, next, okay, boom, next, and you're moving on. You're just like, I remember the first season, we were just like, going through our papers like, okay, whoa, but it slows down, but it was a lot at first, and then the other Top Gun. That was crazy, because you dream of being on the big screen. You dream of like being in like a top grossing movie like that. I mean, it's Tom Cruise for crying out loud. Like it's incredible. And so you're going on set and you're watching all these moving parts for such a big blockbuster film happening. And you're like, wow, I'm here. You're sitting there saying, okay, I want more of this. I can do this. I just got to keep doing what I'm doing, and then, you know, I'm going to get bigger opportunities like this that are going to keep coming along, and pretty soon this is going to be my new normal, you know?
Yeah. And it's crazy because a lot of the people that I've spoken to that work with Tyler kind of say the same thing. It's like you get there and you get on, and it's like, okay, you know, get into it like now. Like this is your moment. Like you have there is no second chance. So it's like it's some people say like it's a pressure kind of thing, but it's that pressure that you want, because then it shows you like what you're able to create.
Yeah, and it's a lot of your instincts, and, you know, a lot of acting is your instincts and your feel for everything. So it just, I don't see it as pressure. Like you said, I do see it as something like, this is your opportunity, this is your moment, and you're an actor. What did you create? What did you create? What did you bring to the table? Let me see it, and let me see it right now, because we got to go do this right now. You know?
Like right now.
like right now. Let's go.
Like right now. Do that again. Just change it completely.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Yeah. So it's just awesome. It's a very, you know, blessed opportunity, and just when you're with him, I remember going to his grand studio opening, and you're amongst all these other stars, and, you know, you're 3 months out of just booking this gig. And then you're getting invited to this grand opening on his lot. You're seeing all these people that are people in this world, somebody. And I just remember him saying, you know, that you belong, like you belong.
Yeah.
And I always took that away from now. You know, I was like, and as I moved to this industry, I'll never forget all the work that I put in, but it's like, I do belong here. You know?
Yeah.
And now that I'm here, it's my opportunity to take it and make something of it. And that's what I've been doing, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
And it's crazy because there's a lot of times just in life in general where we get to a certain place and you try to figure out how you got there. But it's like, if you really think about what you've done work-wise to get there, you realize like you've earned in that spot.
Yeah, it's never been afraid of success. I mean, I when I look back at, I moved out here in 2015, and, you know, you think about all the classes you take in. You know, I go through my Excel list of all the auditions I was doing, and that's a lot of work, a lot of coaching sessions, a lot of acting classes, a lot of no's, driving to and from, and racing to your next job, you know, because you're leaving the audition room, you do your audition, you're trying to get to work, and sorry I'm late, you know what I mean? I had this, you know, and it's just a lot of that stuff, and you're like, that's the work that I put in for this moment right now. So I earned this.
Yeah.
Like, I know y'all didn't see all this background before. You just seen, you know, me on the show, but this is the work that was put in beforehand. I earned this moment. I earned this opportunity right now. You know, so when you see me, just know that there's work put in.
Exactly. And what, to touch on that, like, what made you, or what drove you to acting? Like, how did that happen?
Man, you know, I've always wanted to, you know, act. I come from a big family, the second of 7 children. You know, the parents came over from Nigeria. So, you know, we didn't have much. You know, we were in a small, you know, 2-bedroom townhouse where all the kids were in one room with multiple bunk beds, and my parents in the other room, until we were able to move to Sacramento and have a house. You know, so we didn't have much. You wasn't multiple clothes and multiple pairs of shoes you were going with. And when you're at home, you're entertaining yourself. So my other sister is also in the theater and acting background, and we would be watching movies, TVs all the time, or we'd be creating our own characters and our own movies and doing things, and whatever it may be. That's what we had, and it was a lot of fun. But I knew football was my ticket at first in the beginning. So I remember saying in high school, I didn't get a scholarship out of high school, and I was deciding whether I wanted to go play junior football at the junior college. And I was like, well, do I want to go to LA and try to act? And I just remember sitting there saying, what's burning in here right now is football. It's something I can earn a scholarship. I can see how far I can go. You know, the dream was to play in the NFL, but that was burning a little higher than acting at that particular time. But it was always there. It was always, you know, even when I was in school, I was like, do I have time to get into the drama program? You know, I was like, okay, well, football's there. Let me focus on this. And I rode football as long as I could. And I never wanted to be a guy that was just hanging on to football as the only dream for myself. You know what I mean? I knew there was other things that I could do. It was football. I had acting. I knew I worked in the hospital, so I got my degree in health administration. I knew there was other things I was passionate about. So when the time came up to hang up the cleats, though it was difficult, I already knew what else I wanted to jump right into.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why I usually implore other kids to do, like, what else are you passionate about outside of sports? Because not everyone's going to the league, you know, and there's other ways to achieve that kind of success outside of it. but we got to encourage our young kids, what else are you passionate about? What else drives you? Because you do have other passions, you know? So for me, it was acting. And once I was done, I remember taking classes. My last season of playing football, I remember just taking some acting class, and I said, yeah, this is it. This is it. But it was tough though, man. I remember my first acting class that my scenes didn't go well. I was just like, well, I'm a good looking dude. I mean, we got to go up there and get some line. I mean, it should be easy. I'm a book, like no problem. And then I remember it was just like, oh wait, what'd they say? Oh shoot. Oh, okay. You know, I probably need to put more time into this. They just coming in.
Might need to go back home and like reread a little.
Yeah, let me reread everything. I don't think I'm not turning anytime soon. No? Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Let me study this.
Okay. So you said keep the shirt on. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That was my go-to. All right. So because it's just
so bad. I'm so bad, man. God.
But it's the mindset that the general public feel that you can just be an actor. Like, I can just go and do this. I'm funny. I'm good looking. Like, I can go and land these roles. No, you can't. Like, it's not that easy. And I was talking to Anthony, and we were talking about the same thing. And he was just like, there's a level of vulnerability that you have to have going into acting that you just don't possess in the regular world.
In the regular world, yeah.
Like,
especially, I mean, as a black and as a man, you know, everything is just it's in here. It's just bottled up. You know what I mean? You're not really able to express yourself because you're looked at a certain way, or you're talked about a certain way. So you got to kind of be this certain guy. So when you come into this acting world, you kind of got to let go of that. And then, I mean, even if something as simple as being in class and you're watching everyone in class, you know, people are watching you, and you're just like, I got to block them out and get into this world and then be vulnerable. You know, and it's like you don't have time to worry about what people are thinking about you, how you look, and are you crying? Is he soft? Is this? Is that? This?
There's no space for it.
There's no space for it. You know, you have to be in this moment, be in this character. Like you said, be vulnerable and open yourself up. And it's not easy. It's not something that I think people do process. Like you said, they just sit at home like, oh, like I look good looking. I'm good looking. I'm funny. I can just go do that. There's a lot more to it, and it's very competitive.
Yeah.
And I think if you have the tools to understand, even if you understand that you come out here, you still don't grasp it until it really hits you. Mm-hmm. You don't know what it's like to walk into a room and be like, yeah, I'm a good-looking black dude. The role says, you know, tall, handsome, dark, and handsome. You're like, okay, bet, money. What? I got this. And you walk in a room, and I'm seeing other dudes who look like me, who are good-looking.
40 more of them.
All of them. And that was just the one that they got. We don't know about the other guys that are from New York or the UK actors, and they weren't from forever. So it's super competitive, and you gotta let people know, like, hey, there's a lot more that goes into it.
Oh, it'll humble you quickly.
Very quick. Very quick.
Because
very quick.
It's the humbling. It's the quick humbling of, I'm not even going to tell you no. I'm just not even going to respond. So you did audition. You just waiting to hear a call back, and it's like, no. We don't got time to call you.
The last thing you hear is, thank you, have a great day, you too. And then you don't hear anything. You turn on TV for the show that you went on, and you see who books it. And you're just like, dang. Okay.
Damon Wayans Jr. That's a good that's a good pick.
You know?
Can't be mad at that. Good job.
Get mad.
Good job.
Mad. And then also too, it's just like so many things that go into the hiring process that don't go your way. Like, you know, maybe you are a little too tall, maybe you're a little too short. For myself, I work out a lot. There's like, hey, you know, maybe a little too much, or, you know, maybe we want someone that is a little bit more. Maybe your face is a little tough enough. You're just like, there's so much that goes into it that it's out of your control.
Yeah.
You can only control what you can control.
No, all you can do is, one, be willing to, like, literally be ugly. Like, literally, like, just completely, I'm willing to embarrass myself and cry with snot coming out of my nose and just be ugly in this scene. Mm-hmm. And then understanding when you're done with that audition, it's just go to the next one.
Right.
Like, don't worry about it. Don't sit back and think about it. Just go to the next thing. Like, you went, you did your part, you did your job, move forward. So you go through the acting. Did you move to LA before you decided to pursue acting?
No, I moved to LA to pursue acting. Right when 2015 when I came down, it was for acting. Yeah, I was in Sacramento beforehand.
You were 15?
No, 2015.
Oh, let's say hell. Like, oh my god. Like,
that's hilarious.
At least it's a hard town. Like
yeah.
I could not imagine like 15 LA.
Oh no, some of these young kids that move out here, like, I came out here when I was 18 by myself, 19. I'm just like, mad respect, man, because you're still figuring your own self out. Now you gotta, get your job. Maybe it's probably your first time having a job, and you're trying to find a roof over your head, and you're living with random people, roommates at a time that you're kind of cool with, that you don't know about until you live with them. And you're going through that whole process in a big old town like this that will chew you out and spit you out like it does people all the time, every year in this town,
every year. And that's
and
the story.
people, even if you think you're mature, 25, 30, it does the same to people all the time.
Yeah. And then, when you're older, it's a little harder to take. So that disappointment is a whole lot different at 30 than it is at 18.
Yeah, and then also time, because you're thinking to yourself, like, okay, in your early 20s, you're like, oh, I'm young. And you start getting older, and you're just like, okay, like, how long can I keep keeping this up? Do I want to work this job? Do I eventually want a family? How much income do I want to pull in? Do I want to keep living? Is this really the town I actually do want to live in? Like, there's so many questions, like you said, that as you get older, do start creeping in. And you got to ask yourself, like, how long do I want to hang around in this? Is my break around the corner?
Is it around the corner?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's around the corner, which corner is
which
it
corner?
around?
So I can get on that street.
Let me go to the right corner and go around that one, because this one is putting it down there. So when you get there, you're settled in. You start the grind. The acting classes start. You're auditioning. What was the first role you landed?
My first role I landed was Scorpion it was a show called Scorpion on CBS.
Okay.
And I remember I was playing like this African. I was like the lackey. I was like the assistant to this general or something. And I had like 3 lines. It was the best 3 lines in the world. To me at the time, I was just like, I just remember because I moved here, in the summer, and then like 3 months later, I think I booked 2 months later, I booked my first role after I signed with my team. And it was like, I was like, oh my God, I was like, I'm on set. I had 3 lines, and I'm going over all the 3 lines, like, hey, okay, hey, I'll come through that. Hey, nah, that's too deep. All right, like, going through, like, all night I was up. I don't even think I slept. And then I get on there, and I say my couple lines, and it was like, all right, great, But it was just awesome, because it was just a little bit of validation, like, okay, we're heading on the right track. You're being seen. It's possible. But then you also realize, like, that, I booked my first few roles pretty quickly. I booked that, and I booked this other recurring role on the show called Murder in the First on TNT, where I put a lawyer on there. And then you see those no's really start accumulating after that. At first you first do a few bookings, you're like, well, this is easy. I just booked. I just moved out here. I booked a show. I'm like, I'm probably going to be in Marvel here in a year, And then it's like, oh, no. That's not happening. It's just, no. Good job, but no. Good job. Great job, but no. Oh my God, we love him, but no. He's awesome, but no. And you're just like, where's the job? If I did so well, where's the job?
But I said, hey, the best way anyone can ever say,
hey.
Yeah,
did you see the tape?
Did you see
nobody says, hey, I know where it's at.
Nobody does that.
Did. And I look good, I had the hat on, like, what are you talking about?
Let's rewatch it, because somebody missed something in those 2 lines.
It together. I don't know if y'all saw what I saw. Like, come on,
So again, it's like it's humbling.
Very.
And I think the important part of acting is that you have to humble yourself. Then you do that. You humble yourself. You are working, trying to figure out how to make it happen. You get this call. You go to Atlanta. You now book this show. You're on this show, and then your character of the show takes off. Mm-hmm. And now it's like there's millions of people invested in your character.
Yeah.
What does that do?
Man, it's rewarding in a sense, because they're investing in their character. That means you're doing your job. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people would love to be loved so much, but my character kind of incites a lot of feelings and emotions, and there's not a lot of love there. So, and it's funny because some people can handle that. Some people are just like, damn, we can get my character to be a little. And it's just like I just knew what I wanted to bring to this guy, especially just kind of watching how guys move throughout the world that I'm already in right now.
Yeah,
successful guys, and you know what you kind of want to bring to that. But it's the notoriety that comes with it, the reception that you get. It's just, for one that I get, people say that they like the work that I'm doing. They're like, man, I hate you, but I'm happy for you. But God, I hate that. Or I love to hate him. Like every time he comes on the screen, I just, this guy. It's just like I was so happy after watching the previous scene with Danny, and then right when you switched to you, I was just like, God, I'm not.
I was just starting to like you.
Yeah. You do one thing good, and they're like, well, maybe Gary is gonna be okay, and then it's just like, never mind. We're making some strides. Gary's making some strides, so hopefully we're able to turn the corner with the people.
Folks can't separate television from reality, so it's like
I could call Gary outside.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's not. I'm like, yo, just so you know, real quick, my name's Chido. Chido. I don't know who Gary is. They're like, nah, you Gary.
Nah, you Gary. I ain't calling you Chido. We don't do nicknames around here, Gary.
You Gary. You look like Gary. I see you as Gary. You Gary.
Gary?
Yeah, so it's just, man, oh my God. I just remember just walking in the store and just the grocery store, and the ladies, I'll never forget the lady behind me being like, ooh, I can't stand you, what you doing to that girl. I said, ma'am? And I just remember the people kind of looking, and I was just like, whoa, like, I don't know what the other people are thinking, like, well, this guy out here doing some crazy stuff to a woman. I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, we watching you. And I said, oh, she's talking about the show. I said, what? God, can you preface that from the beginning? So I got this cashier and everyone else in line looking at me crazy.
Look like, what'd he do? What'd he do?
Right. People in line like, what'd he do? He looked like
you look like you did something wrong.
Yeah. So, but it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I'm very happy because the audience loves it, and they're tuning in each week, and we're clearly getting on our third season right now. And like I said, the following that we have and the reception that we have, and people just tuning in, it's fantastic, man. We have a top show, and it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And hopefully it keeps going, and then hopefully, I always pray each time I keep going. I just be like, so what's going on? Because I don't even be knowing. I'm like, what's going to happen? Okay. All right. I'm a little nervous.
Okay. Just a little bit. Kind of
yeah.
shot.
Who's going to jail? Who got shot? I got shot. Okay. What's happening? Well, I'll let you know. Oh my God. Call my manager like, hey, I don't know what's going to go on, so just let everybody hang tight.
Like, is it a bad shot or like is it
what kind of shot is it?
Is it a through kind of wound? Like, I'm good, but I'm not good. Like, but again, that's. I think it's the cliffhanger of a Tyler Perry series. Period. Mm-hmm. Like you never know what's going to happen with anyone, any scene. Period. Like it's almost like we're cliffhung and you guys are cliffhung as well. Yeah,
we're watching it too because I love watching it. One of my favorite things to do is watching on Twitter, whatever, like live tweets, whatever. I love it because first of all, people are so funny with their gifs, and people are quick. I just like, you have that? You have that in your phone, like ready to go? Like the scene just happened. I look down. And they already got the little GIF response to it. So I love that. It's a lot of fun. But we're watching it too because they have to edit everything together and so we're watching what's going on, and the cliffhanger or something will happen. We just be like, I think I need to call Tyler and find out what's going on. Like what you planning to do here?
Like
everything's
next
cool.
Season?
Yeah, next season everything cool. We good.
My dressing room still like.
Call the other cast and was like, "What you hear? What they saying? Is it cool?"
What you hear? Depends. What you hear?
Yeah.
So what do you want next? Like, would you want to stay in the television area? Did you want to go to like bigger movies? Like, what's the plan for you?
I mean, I love to take that. I love TV. I love to take that jump on the big screen as well. I love to do some movies. whether it be action, rom-com, dramatic pieces, whatever it may be. But then also too, there's some, with a lot of live streaming, a lot of TV, this TV is always going to be there, especially like these limited series. You know what I mean? Like I remember the one I watched recently was like Little Fires Everywhere, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like it just, or Your Honor, I think it was on Showtime or something. Stuff like that. I was like, oh man, I'd love to do one of those type of limited series that you could jump in and really stick your teeth into. And then obviously the films, and nice indie film as well. Nice little indie film. They don't even have to be a big blockbuster. A nice indie film that kind of runs the film festival circuit and gets a little Academy nominations and eyes on it. But then obviously the big blockbusters. Be a comic book hero, obviously, and have my own like John Wick trilogy or something. I definitely like it to track. Like I'm watching like Michael B. Jordan right now, what he's doing, and it's just like good stuff, my brother. That's what I would love to do.
Yeah,
I'm watching, I'm following. Yeah.
Now, being Nigerian, and then now with like Nigerian movies becoming really popular in the States, do you have
Hollywood?
Yeah, do you have any like?
I'd love to do one. Yeah, I'd love to do one. Yeah, my parents would flip out if I was in one. Flip out, because that's what I'd be watching that when I was younger. I have no clue I'd always come in like in the early or middle of it, don't even know the title of it, and just sit down and just be hooked. Watching, because I think that's just what my family what they watch. So yeah. If I got a chance to do one, that'd be great, and having that audience and having a Nigerian fan base, and it'd be love, big love.
It's definitely my new Netflix favorites section, just because like you get invested. It's almost like Lifetime.
You get very invested, man. It's just great. It's great.
Not like the storylines get you, and then it's like you hear the music and like you just sitting like, okay, this is kind of popping, and then like something happens, somebody get killed, somebody's daughter is now like their wife, and it's like what the, and it's like it's crazy, and it's just you're trying to figure it out, and you're figuring these plots out, and most times you're not going to figure out what's about to happen. Like their twists in movies are insane.
They're up there. Yeah.
So like the last one I just watched, it was the last 2.5 minutes. I was like, so you took the money from both of them?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's dope like that.
I'll have you invested in yelling at the TV.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you should definitely not watch them late at night because you don't want to wake up your neighbors yelling at somebody.
I've never.
No.
Because you're too loud now.
Yeah, now you're mad. Well, yeah. All right, so SISTAS coming season 3. Your character is coming back season 3. We're not really going into the depth of what your character is going to be for the season.
Yeah.
What is the mindset for you from last season going into this season? Like, do you stay in the same frame of mind going into the role? Like, do you feel your character change from season to season?
There's always, I mean, with every season, you kind of just you never want to be the same or stagnant, because each character is going through some form of growth. Yeah. And I know what I can say with whatever scenes we have, flashback or there and of, it's like there is some form of like, okay, we're noticing a change here. There's an effort being put in that it can't be ignored. Yeah. And I think with a lot of the characters right now, we got 2 seasons built up. We're all the storylines that hit that fork in the road now. You know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, we're gonna watch whether these guys are going either left or right, and everything that comes with it. There's can't drag it out any longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't. We're here now, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun for the audience to watch. Even as I was reading through the script for a lot of the other characters in the show, you're watching them, and it's like, what you gonna do? Who you gonna go with? What job you gonna take? Like, what's happening? We're here now.
Yeah. What's next?
And it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm curious to see a lot of the theories that people think, and there's gonna be obviously twists and turns and new folks being introduced, which will add some spice to it. But there's gonna be change. So, like I said, I think the biggest thing is that there's a fork in the road, and there's decisions need to be made.
Yeah,
and there will be.
Because I'm looking at you like, I don't know if we're going to like you a little bit more this season or start hating you a little bit more. But it's like it's that person
exciting.
you want to like, but it's just like every time I start liking you,
yeah,
and then it's like now I don't like you again, and then like the next episode's like he's trying, like give him a chance.
One of my goals. One of my goals when I was putting this character to life, I was like, it'd be too easy to just be bad all the way through, and just be. It's like, you know, especially like I was talking about how you watch some other people move, and it's like, man, I want to like the guy, but you know, like, nope, I just don't like him. I'm done. I already said I'm done. And then like 3 episodes later, you're like, well, he did say. I mean, what? Who am I to judge? You know,
like okay, like let's let him come in slowly. Like, damn it, kick him out.
Yeah, no, forget it. Scratch what I said. I'm done. So
you gotta go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool, man. That's literally like all I got. Is there anything that you need to make sure is in there that we didn't touch on?
Oh no, man, I'm great. Like I said, I'm excited for one, this opportunity. I appreciate to come on here and to share a little bit of my story and catch up and you know, show kind of who I am and give people opportunity to know me. You know, it's always cool interacting and kind of getting a chance to tell your story outside of what they kind of see from your show. But then again, it's like also a thank you to my fans and the fans out there that are just tuning in each week and giving me an opportunity to work and further my career. And it's exciting because I just know what steps I'm going to continue to take, and I'm excited for people to come along for the ride. So it's going to be a journey, but it's a lot of fun, and continue to work hard for it.
No, absolutely. It's important to make actors human because we think we know who you all are just from watching you on television. It's like, you know, that's a character.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more behind this person than this role. So yeah, anytime, man.
Appreciate it. June 9th. I hope everybody's there. We'll live tweet. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm on it. I'm ready for it.